Hi, I'm Scotty Crawford, and I'm applying for the Leadership Scholars program at John Carroll University, and this is my response to the 5 prompts that were listed on the application. So first off, what I'm most excited for attending college for is just meeting new people. I've lived in the same town my whole life, and I think it's just something that'll be really help me build my character and who I am as a person to branch out. I've gone to the same school all 12 years, been with the same people, and while it's sad for me to say goodbye to them, I think it's time for me to meet some new people, see some more backgrounds, try new experiences. That's what I'm really excited for college. I feel like in high school I didn't try enough stuff because I was a little bit scared or I was worried what others would think. But since we're going to college and it's a brand new slate, that's what I'm really excited for. Also, John Carroll's a Jesuit university. I'm really excited to get into community service. That's something that's really been prominent in my high school and even younger years. I've really been dedicated to community service, and I've loved just helping the community, and I know John Carroll is a big part of that, so I'm really excited for that. But overall, I'm just really excited to meet new people. That's like my main goal at college, is to just meet as many people as I can, be kind, be friendly, because the more friends you have, the more people you have to rely on, the more people you have to back you up, you can run ideas by. And especially since I'm going into business management and marketing, it's good to get a sample of people and see what people's interests are, see how people react to certain things. So that's what I'm most excited to attend college for. It's a blank slate, brand new set of people I can meet with, and many people are out of state. I'm from Ohio, so this isn't that far away. Cleveland's only about hour 15 from me. So it's really exciting hearing about a bunch of people come from New York and other states, because I don't really have that where I live now. It's just everyone lives in Ohio. So I think it'll be cool to be engaging with a bunch of students who aren't from the same state as me, background. So that's what I'm really excited for college for. Um, an experience where I had to handle disappointment came most recently with my track season. So the whole track season, I was on set to break a 5 minutes in the mile, and that was my motivation. That's what I wanted to do. And the first 2 meets, I went 5:05 and 5:05 again, and I was on pace to break 5:05 every race. And then later in the track season, I started to go up to 5:11 and then 5:08, and it was just getting really frustrating to me because I just felt like I wasn't improving at all. Same with my 800. My 800 times were fast in the beginning of the season, and it was really discouraging. Well, I put my head to the grindstone, kept grinding, and I went out for my final home meet and ran a 5:02. And this was really disappointing because I'm 3 seconds off from breaking 5. What I learned from that is sometimes you push yourself and you work hard and you don't always hit your thing. But what I learned from it is that I still improved. I mean, I still got 3 seconds better. And while I didn't get my PR, I learned that you don't always get everything you want in life. You may try something and you may think it's going to work, but it's just not going to work. And I always look back, maybe I could have tried something better. Maybe I could have tried something better. And maybe I still have time now. I'm just recently finished track, still haven't broken 5, but I believe if I go on the track and I keep training, I can definitely break that 5 mark. Just because something beats you down once doesn't mean that you can't get back up. And that's what I've learned most from this disappointment. While I was disappointing, all my teammates were sad because they really wanted me to break 5. It's really that personal drive that you just have to look at and just say, well, I trained this hard, and you know what, I didn't get there, but that's not going to stop me. Maybe I'll try something different. Maybe I'll try a different event. I still got time. I'm still young. That's what I most learned from that. I was frustrated because it was my senior year last race, but I'm just excited that I got to go out and run track. I'm excited I got to run. Some people would be head over heels to run a 5:02, and while I didn't hit my sub 5 mark, I'm glad I still gave it my best effort. I did everything, and even though I was upset about it, I think I handled my disappointment decently well. I wasn't the most thrilled, but I didn't let that get in the way of the track season. I still cheered on my teammates, I still ran the rest of my races, and I still tried my hardest. Just because you have a roadblock doesn't mean you have to take it out on others. You just have to focus, put your head to the grindstone, and keep grinding. An experience that I've had working with other people different than myself is also with track. track put me around a bunch of people I never thought I would like talk to otherwise. But also, I work at a bar, and that is where you see all walks of life of people. And I've worked with people from different schools, different backgrounds, different stories, different hardships, and that I would have to say has been one of the best things for me. When you work at a bar or a different place or restaurant, it really opens your eyes to like the different people out there, and everyone has a story, so it always helps me show don't judge a book by its cover, because some people you come in and you think they're intimidating or you think that they're going to be mean and they're the nicest people possible, and others you think are going to be nice and they're not. So you always just have to be ready for whatever type of person someone is. And working at a bar really just showed me that you can't judge too quickly, or you can't, because you don't know what that person's gone through. And I've loved working at the bar because I work around people different than me, and sometimes I think that's better than working around people who are exactly like you. Because when you work around people who are exactly like you just hear the same idea over and over again. But when you work against someone who challenges your ideas and who goes against everything that I wouldn't say that you stand for, but goes against like your ideals and makes you challenge, it really makes you a better person, because it makes you think, how can I improve my plan? Like, I'm going into business, so I want people who oppose my product or oppose my plan, because when someone opposes it, you see potential flaws in your plan. Just like at the bar, you see potential flaws in like your character because you judge too quickly. And that's one of the best things I think I've learned is never judge a book too early. And it's always good to have people who maybe aren't always agreeing with you, because when they don't agree with you, it builds you better as a character because you know what to improve upon. A time I would exhibited leadership is definitely with cross country and track. I ran cross country since I was in 7th grade, and I ran track 7th grade, 8th grade, skipped freshman year, but ran sophomore through senior. And that is one place that I was never the best runner. I would say that we had a pretty stacked team in high school, but we had a pretty good, decent team. And I was never the best. I made varsity all my years, not all my years, but in my later years. But we had a really good team. And one thing that I never want anyone to overlook is the youth. So I would always help like the freshmen and the sophomores. You always have to give encouragement, because when I was a freshman and sophomore, I was horrible at running. I had no motivation. So I've really made it my goal to influence those freshmen and sophomores to try those years, because if I had tried those years, I know that I would be better than I am today, because I would have worked harder and gotten better much faster. So I always encourage the younger kids to try their hardest, do their absolute best, because I hadn't. And that's one thing I love doing. I love helping people run. I love helping people. I love encouraging people, because when you encourage people, nothing is bad. If you look down on someone, if you say, "Oh, I think you could have ran a better race," yes, you can say that, but that's just going to hurt like their confidence. Like, if someone has a bad race, I say, "Oh, get them next time." I just always make sure that those younger kids aren't faced with like hard disappointment early on, because I was always disappointed because I was always way far behind my friends. And then in later years, I caught up to them. So I always make it a priority to tell people your potential is never fully tapped yet. You don't know what you're capable of, because I went from a kid who was running 23s to a kid who went 18:30. And I always just make sure to emphasize that to kids, to never let go of your dreams, because I never let go of, and then I made varsity and I beat some people I never thought I would. So I just make it a priority to show leadership to those younger kids on the track team and the cross country team to keep doing what they're doing, keep encouragement. And I always make sure to always stress, have fun first. While sports are serious and school is serious, that's not what you're going to remember. Oh, you're not going to remember, oh, I trained hard at practice. You're going to remember the times you had with your friends. So while training hard in that is always important, I always stress that, always train your hardest, always go out. I always make sure to kids, and as a senior right now with 2 days left, I'm really stressing in this is enjoy the moment, because if you don't enjoy the moment, it's going to fly right by you, and that's what I'm feeling like right now. High school flew right by me, and sitting here as a senior, I just stress to them, do as much fun stuff as you can. Go out there, have a good time, push yourself, because high school only lasts so long, and it's only a chapter of your life. So maybe you won't succeed here, but you'll succeed later on in life, in college or after college. And then lastly, how I spend my time outside of class. I'm really more of an outdoors guy. So I'll go outside, I'll run, I'll play basketball, play football, play with my friends. I'm really an outdoors type of guy. I love helping the community. I just love, that's why I love summertime, because I just love to go outside and do all like physical activities, stay in shape. And that's what I like to do outside of school. I also like to do a lot of research, any subject really. I'm a big history guy. I've always been interested in history, and it's been something that is I've really taken interest in school. Besides English, English and history are my two main subjects that I've just loved in school. And as I go into business, I'm really excited because I've spent some time outside researching businesses and places after employment at John Carroll. And I'm really excited for John Carroll. I've been researching that a lot, but really mainly outside class. I study, I do my extracurriculars like cross country, indoor track. I help the community, and just I hang out with my friends. I like to have a good time with people. I like to engage with people. I like to have positive conversations, and I just like to help people overall. I like to lead people to success. And sometimes I don't always see the return on helping people, but that's just something you're going to have to face. You're going to help a lot of people in your life that you may never see a return or them help you, but you just know that you did something good, and that's something I can live by. I helped that person. I never got anything out of the relationship, but if at least I helped them, that's something to me. I helped that person become a better person. And that's just one thing why I really want to join the Leadership Scholars. I love leading people to success, and I love just helping people, as I've done outside school, in the community. I've done a bunch of veterans fundraisers and programs, and I just love helping people run and succeed and just build their confidence. It's something I've just always been interested in, I've loved doing. So that's my response to my 5 prompts. I really hope I'm considered for this leadership program. It's something I've taken interest in for John Carroll, and I'm really excited to attend John Carroll in the fall and be class of 2026 for a Blue Streak. So have a nice day.